everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Aim, long time no talk, girl.
Remember time we haven't been recording together all weekend?
Sure, we can do that. It's been weeks. Anything new in your life?
Not much. Not
Okay, cool.
much.
Cool.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I have a beef to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
You said nothing happened in this episode.
Not like it wasn't huge.
A lot fucking happened in this episode.
I know. I was looking back and I'm like, oh, Bini and Ari divorced.
Bini and Ari are getting divorced. Jasmine's talking about open relationships.
Mhm,
Julia's getting her parents over here. And
Mhm.
of course, more body shaming. But
Yeah. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do
God,
this to me?
I'm done
Why
with
do you
her.
do this to me?
I'm so done with her.
I know.
Your little face is cute though when you do that.
It's not like when Robin's giving birth and the
No.
whale. Guys, you will hear we just finished recording Sister Wives, the finale of season 3 when Solomon is born.
Oh God.
It's a wild episode.
I was crying. I was crying as we were recording because I was laughing so hard. So yeah.
Anyway, we're on our last resort journey today.
We are. We are here for these fools. Not enough Darce.
Not enough Florian.
Not enough Florian, not enough Darce. Mm-mm.
No, not enough. Not enough.
I do appreciate a very hungover Stace though.
Oh, I have it.
Okay.
Oh God.
I
Give me an empanada. Give me an empanada. Like, why an empanada?
That's like the last thing I would want if I was super hungover. That and she can't really get the croissant in her mouth because of her lips.
If you could have any hangover food in the world, what would it be? With me, it would be fast food of some kind. It would have to be like a greasy cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Something like that.
If it's going to be greasy, it would be like a McDonald's like double cheeseburger or something like that. If I'm real hungover, I want fountain Coke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But only fountain Coke, not like from a bottle. I want fountain Coke.
Yes.
And quite often, I just want some toast.
Oh.
If I'm real hungover. Like
You're way better than I am.
I
want
toast.
chicken nugs. Give me all the chicken nugs.
Yeah. No, but if it's like real bad, it might just be some toast.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Or that level of hangover where you're so hungover you can't eat for a day.
Oh, okay.
And you have to take to the bed.
It's been a while for me.
It's been a while since I've had that too, but you have to take to the bed and it's not good.
My problem is I like sweet wine, as you all know.
Yes.
And had some last night.
Okay.
And you get a real bad headache with that because it's so sweet, so
it's
much
the sugar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So not only am I hungover, but I'm also like my head is pounding. It's a problem.
It's not good. It's not good, girl. But here you are.
I have to elevate my wine taste.
I've been saying that since the moment I met you.
I had Riuniti Bianco last.
Oh, Jesus Christ, again with this.
I need them to be a sponsor. We need to get them to be a sponsor.
You know what wine I had last night?
What?
I had the 90 Day Fiance Pinot Noir.
Oh, how was it?
It's fine. The Cabernet Sauvignon, the Cab Sav is better than the Pinot Noir.
Did you buy it?
I did.
They sold it in the store.
No. So it's done by Naked Wine.
Okay.
Which is a wine distributor. And I've had a Naked Wine subscription since the pandemic when we had to have these things shipped to us because we couldn't leave the home.
Sure.
And I actually just got rid of my subscription only as part of the austerity measures under which we are living in this home right now. But the way Naked Wine works is they like charge you like $40 a month and then it like pools in your little pot and then you can spend it.
Yeah.
So as I canceled, I had to spend what was left in my pot.
Okay.
And so I chose to buy the 90-day wine collection because they're the ones who do it.
I usually don't buy things that are associated with shows. It's the Gen Xer in me. Like I don't go for that crap. However, my daughters fell victim to the Love is Blind creamer.
Oh, is there a creamer for Love is Blind?
There's a creamer and it's chocolate covered strawberries.
Ew, gross.
And they got it home and they were like, ugh, this is gross.
Yeah.
Guess who loves it?
You.
Mama.
That sounds disgusting, Amy.
Because guess what it tastes? It has that real artificial strawberry taste, like strawberry milk, like strawberry quick. Ugh, it brought me back to my childhood. I'm like, pour it in.
Not into it. Not into it. I don't like any flavored creamer. I want just straight cream. No, I don't like any flavored creamer.
Do you put sugar in your coffee?
No.
BDFs, come at me if you like your coffee like you like your wine. Real sweet. Real sweet and white.
No, I like just a bit of cream
Okay.
and just
You're like Timmy. Timmy just,
yeah.
he would
Todd
drink it
likes even
black.
Todd likes even less cream, and he puts a sweet and low or saccharin sort
Yeah.
of situation.
Yeah.
I did as a kid. My mom is a sweet and low person, so I did that for a long time, and then I just gave it up and don't miss it.
Okay. I used to put when I was deep in my diet culture days, I would put a Splenda in
Mm.
there, but
Mhm.
I don't eat any sweeteners.
Well, I just
Mm-mm.
drink diet soda. That's my
Yeah.
sweetener.
No. But, I'll pour gallons of sugar down my body.
Sure,
So,
of course.
hey,
It's fine. It's
yeah,
fine. This is
here
fine.
we go.
Everything's fine.
All right. So, we're talking today about 90 Day Fiancé The Last Resort, season 2, episode 13, The Last Judgment.
Dun, dun,
Okay. So, we are on the exercise bikes. That's how we
yes.
open. And Rob did not realize that Darcy was Darcy. He's like, I don't know. I saw this woman there, and I was like, Stacy, that doesn't look like you, and da da da. And he's like, boy, I must have missed a lot at dinner last night. And Darcy's going, yeah, yeah, work it, work it, work it.
So I was watching it on 2 times speed. You wanna see
Oh,
something fucking funny? Watch the 2 of
yes,
them on these
yes.
bikes at 2 times speed.
I have
It's
to
real
tell
good.
you. So Mary Payne and I are going to be covering Temptation Island over
Yes.
on her Patreon. Okay.
Yes.
So we got the screeners. And I was watching them last night on 2 speed.
Okay.
No, like one Netflix doesn't let you do 2. I think it's 1.5 is the
Okay.
highest. And once I slowed everyone down, I was like, "Oh, that's what their voices sound like in real life." And
I know.
then it sounds like they're all drunk. They're like, "Rrr,
They might all
and
be drunk, though.
what's happening?
Yeah, you can't do the fast watch with voices you don't know,
Yes,
because then you have
yes.
no idea what these people sound like.
And I will tell you, it's gonna be a good season, guys. They're dropping it on Netflix this year instead of USA. It's gonna be on Netflix. It's gonna be all 10 episodes at once, and
So
it's
we
like
can curse and, like, see
mid-March.
naked people and shit?
I mean, I'm only through 2 episodes, but all these boys are fuck boys.
Okay, cool.
Everybody's in their 20s.
Awesome.
It's gonna be amazing. One
Okay, cool.
girl's just like, "I just love to suck dick."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Whoa." She's,
I
like,
mean,
lounging by the pool in her bikini. She's like, "My favorite pastime is sucking dick."
wow.
I was like, "Wow."
And I'm concerned about my mother being proud of me talking about Last Resort, but okay. I mean, hey, girl, no
Uh,
shame in your game. If that's what you love, and I'm not
somewhere
gonna
Graham is dying a second death.
Yes, yes, yes. Somewhere my grandmothers are dying too.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so it's gonna be a fun season, so
Can't wait.
go over there for that. Alright. So, Darcy and maybe I'll do, like, a little corner.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch Temptation Island, which I
yeah,
have never watched before.
yeah, we're gonna do a little corner. I'll have to figure out where to put it,
Okay,
but a la Jake and Matt style, I'm gonna do a
I
little
understand.
corner on Temptation Island.
Okay, cool. It'll be good.
So, Rob is complaining about Sophie mistreating him, of course. Oh, Sophie, Sophie, Sophie.
It's so hard to be Rob.
Darcy explains that me and Flo have a tight bond. Yeah. And Stacy's got a real problem with it. Mhm. And Ari and Bini now, we see them, and they're
Mhm.
inviting James and Sarah over because they've decided to get a divorce and leave the resort.
Where's Heidi? Yes, thank you, thank you. They were the first contestants on PBU. I'm
They
glad
were.
they don't even need to go to the island. They're
Nope,
done.
they're breaking up.
They're breaking up. But
I don't
where's
know where
Heidi?
Heidi is. I suspect she is the supervising therapist and she's not very involved.
Oh god, it's bad.
So Ari says she feels no respect and no support coming from the other couples. And she says she wanted Bini held accountable and no one does anything to hold him accountable. Bini laughs while she's saying this.
That's a baller move
Wow.
right there.
Wow. And Sarah and James, Sarah kind of takes the lead here, and I was waiting for James to like disagree with her or
Right.
like talk over her, but he kind of didn't.
And she didn't really say anything that
No,
ridiculous
what she
anyway.
was saying is you can't control how Benny reacts.
Mhm.
Like you can only control your emotions, you can't control other people's emotions.
That's right.
Ari, I believe it is my opinion that Ari is low key calling out the show here because
Ah.
she says, things that were promised to me are not being carried out.
Mm. Mm. What do you think was promised to her?
Well, I think they want us to think she's saying that about Benny, but I think she's saying it about the show. I think she agreed to come on the show
Right.
to get a lot of therapy, and they're
Right.
not getting any.
They're not getting much therapy at
And I
all.
think that's what she's saying. Like the whole conceit of the show is wrong,
Well,
is a
we've
lie.
got this fucking snake oil salesman Sarah over there.
I know.
Mm.
So In the confessional now, Bini and Ari are together and they say that they want to focus on Avi. And Bini tells the camera, Ari is a lovely person and has helped me, but like I'm done with her. Now, really felt for Ari in this moment because she's out there and she is crying. And she's
Yeah.
like, I feel like a failure as a mother. I feel like a failure in my marriage. And God, I remember that feeling.
I remember that feeling too. And I wish, being far on the other side of it, I wish I could just imbue with everybody whose marriage ends, you're not a failure.
I know. You're
We have this
actually strong for leaving a marriage that's not working.
that's not working. We have this belief that if the reason a relationship ends is anything other than one of the people dying, you
Mhm.
have failed.
Yeah, and we're seeing that on Love is Blind again
Are
this
we?
season, which is like there's this one couple, I won't spoil anything, that are
Mhm.
like, divorce is not an option.
Oh,
It's
well,
like,
yeah, it
why
is.
is divorce not an option?
I mean, that's great to say. No, you shouldn't go into a marriage going divorce is an option unless you're doing married at first sight. But like,
Then you have to make the biggest decision of your life.
right,
Mhm.
exactly, to a total stranger and wear a very generic wedding dress while you do it, but that's fine.
My whole thing is like, first of all, you should never never your self dialogue should not be I have to stay in this marriage no matter what.
Mhm.
Okay? Second of all, I think it's important that your partner also understands that divorce is an option because then you both work hard to keep the marriage
Right.
together.
Right.
If if I was like, Timmy's going to stay with me no matter what.
You could just fuck off and do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, like, no, that's not how it goes.
You
Timmy and
could
I both work actively to keep the other one happy and in the marriage.
you could be out banging Billy Bob Thornton.
I could be.
Right.
I could be. He would
Could happen.
absolutely be attracted to this little fuzzy meatball.
Hey, you don't
Actually,
know.
I'm not fuzzy. I have 6 wisps of hair on my head that I style in a certain way. Um, so, okay, now we get to Stacy and Florian. Stacy's hungover and she's like, "Oh God. Oh God, Flo, give me food. Give me an empanada." And he's like, Stacy, calm down, calm down. I got croissant for you. Stacy, calm down. And Stacy's like, I gotta go take a dump and a shower.
Not only is she hungover, she's still in that gold dress.
Wow. I mean, we knew she
Had
was
one on
drunk when
last night.
we knew she was drunk when she was reading Stacy or Darcy for Filth, but wow.
Wow.
So back at the gym, Darcy and Rob are suddenly joined by Josh. But Josh.
I'm done with Josh and Natalie.
Me too.
I'm
Me
done with
too.
them.
He is belly aching about the names that Natalie's calling him and how he's such a good guy, Amanda. He is such a good guy. And Darcy's like, well, what does she want? What does she want? And he says, she wants more of me. She wants to be in my house with my kids. She wants to be around my business. And she's unpredictable. And I can't have her around anything. And Rob's going, yeah, man. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bitch be crazy. Yeah.
Bitches be crazy.
Darcy says, wow, I feel like one of the guys. All these women are ganging up on us.
Darce. Why isn't Georgie here? I feel like this would be better with Georgie, but go on.
I don't know, but let me get into this with Natalie and Josh because I have thoughts. So Natalie gets there and she starts exercising, but she can't get her bike right. What is the Peloton? Peloton.
Yes.
Why do you do this to me? I
It's
don't know
not
how to
even a
get my
Peloton,
feet
but
in the
yes.
pedals. Yeah. So Josh comes over. He's setting her up on the bike. Like everything seems fine.
Fine.
Okay?
Until.
Then she's like, and she's pedaling. Okay. And
Right.
she's like, Josh body shamed me. Josh body shamed. And Josh is going, oh, fuck. Here we go again.
At one point, he just puts his head down on the handlebars like, I can't. I don't have this in me anymore.
I'm going to say something controversial.
What?
Josh deserves this. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Josh deserves it. Okay. He wants to gaslight her and use her to stay on the show. Guess what, buddy? This comes with it.
It does, but just the I've been there. We've all just put our head on our desk and been like, I don't have it in me anymore. And there he is on that stationary bike with his head on the handlebars.
Like yesterday when I asked my daughter to bring out one of the 85 dishes that were piling up on her nightstand and got the Mom, leave me alone. I was like, oh gosh. Oh, God. Head in my hands, like, oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yes, and
Here
mere
we go.
months, girl.
Here
Mere
we
months
go.
you won't have to deal with this.
Remind me of that
I will.
when
When
I'm
you are
sobbing.
sobbing, I'll be
Mhm.
like, "There'll be no dirty dishes in any of their bedrooms for, like, months."
I know. I told you she wants me to come out for my birthday.
I know, I
I'm going.
know. Okay,
I'm going.
okay.
Mhm. So, Rob and Josh are pushing back on Natalie, and Rob's going, "I think this was a misinterpretation." And Darcy, Darcy, just with these platitudes,
Uh-huh.
like she's going, "Well, two sides to every story. Two sides to every story." Okay,
Okay.
and I wrote, "This is hilarious. They're literally fighting while exercising."
I know.
So everybody's like fighting, and they're like all out of breath, like,
Mhm.
it's hilarious.
It's
Josh
great.
finally is like, "I'm done. I
Mhm.
gotta leave." Josh tells the camera, "Nothing I say gets through to her. And she tried to kick me in the balls. Let's not forget that. And I'm almost ready to give up." Almost.
Almost?
Mhm. But you're
Okay.
you're such a fame whore that you
Mhm.
won't.
Right, because 'cause we're not there yet.
Right. Because you are nothing without her. She's
Mhm.
your tie into the 90-day universe.
Correct.
Because Bad Boys in 90 days, not going to happen.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
So
Which really, would that be a loss?
if nine, no, I don't want them to,
Okay, just
no.
making sure. Just making sure you were still on the right team.
I'm still on the right side of
Okay,
this.
just
I'm still
checking.
on the right side of history.
Just checking.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Jasmine is talking with Reba. Now, this was an interesting
This
conversation.
is a very interesting conversation. See, things happened. Go on.
Jasmine is still pretending that they want an open marriage,
Mhm.
which we know is bullshit.
She wants an open marriage.
I don't even think she wants
I
that.
don't
She
think she
wants to
does
stay
either.
on the show.
Yeah.
And I like Jasmine.
I don't mind Jasmine. Actually, I quite like Jasmine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be married to her.
Mm-mm.
I think she'd be a nightmare to be in an intimate relationship with, but on my TV, I enjoy her.
Let us never forget the little cop emoji and evidence report.
Evidence report, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So she loves Gino. She cannot see herself without him, but she also cannot be in a sexless marriage.
Mhm.
And she says sex leads to all the fights. So I was thinking if we could take it off the table,
Mhm.
we can build our way back to our relationship. Dude, you just met somebody else and you're banging them. It's okay.
Her approach to this open marriage thing is not great. I don't have a problem with open relationships, whatever
Mhm.
makes everybody happy as long as everybody's consenting and fine. Totally fine. The way she is setting it up though is setting it up for failure.
I agree. I agree. And Reba gets to that. So
Mhm.
Reba confides in Jasmine that she is married and she practices ethical non monogamy.
Mhm.
And she says she's been married 9 years. And this is something you and I talk about a lot. If you want to have an ethically non monogamous relationship, your communication
Has
has
to
to be top notch.
It's gotta be PhD level,
Yeah.
and your trust has to be and the quality and the security of your relationship has to be top level, or it
Yeah.
won't work.
Because I think people think very much like, so I can't equate it to an open marriage because I haven't lived
Mhm.
that lifestyle, but very much like people think a baby
Yeah, we'll
is
fix
gonna
something.
solve a marriage. A
No.
baby will test your marriage in ways you've never experienced.
So will ethical non-monogamy if you're not prepared.
Yeah. So the issue though, Amanda, is that Jasmine or that Gino is totally against this.
Mhm.
So
So how
like,
do I manipulate him into doing it is her question.
right. And then they talk about rules. Like they
Mhm.
have to have when you practice at the let's just say ENM,
Mhm. Sure.
you have to have certain guidelines, if you will.
There's so much controversy in the community between boundaries, rules, and agreements.
Oh, okay.
The difference between a boundary and a rule. Let's say you and I were in an ethically non-monogamous relationship,
I like it. Okay.
and I have a rule that you can't fall in love with someone else that you're banging.
Well, how can you control me falling in love?
Yeah, you can't. So you're setting yourself up
Right.
for a challenge there. A
Right.
boundary would say, if Amy begins a romantic relationship with someone who she's having sex with,
What
I will
about
leave
30?
the relationship. This is my
Okay.
boundary.
Okay. Okay.
And then agreements could be anytime we bang someone else, we use protection.
Mhm.
We do it between the hours of 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I don't fucking know. But it's like we just make these agreements of how we're going to operate. But
Mhm.
rules tend not to work because you can't control other people.
The reason I feel like this is bullshit is you're going to tell me that the person who got angry,
Mhm.
irrationally angry, when Gino said thank you very much for his takeout order to a
Mhm.
young woman is going to be okay with Gino out there fucking women.
No, Amy, I think the truth of it is she doesn't want Gino to fuck anybody else. She wants to fuck other people until he gets his act together and will fuck her again.
Yeah, and
This is a
that's not.
stopgap measure, and that's not how this works.
Oh, I love the term stopgap measure.
Me too, and it's not this is not a good one.
But Reba says, another thing is I've been doing this for 9 years, and the boundaries and rules and agreements that we have now
They shift over
look
time.
very different
Mhm.
because they shift as your needs change.
Yes.
I loved this
I
conversation.
did too.
Mhm. So Reba encourages Jasmine to talk to Gino again. And Jasmine tells the camera, the ultimate goal is to have my partner satisfy my needs. I do not want a third person in the mix permanently. Well,
It's real
now you're having a
hard to
baby with one.
it's real hard to put that genie back in a bottle. Now, that's not to say people don't open their relationships and then close them up and then
Mhm.
whatever that is.
Mhm.
People can go back and forth. People can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen though, potentially, Jasmine. You're going to meet somebody, Matt, just picking a random name there. You're going to
Sure.
meet some guy whose name could be Matt, and you're going to start banging him, and then you're going to fall in love with him. But you've said to Gino, I'm only going to do this till you start banging me again. Gino starts banging you, and now you have to break up with someone you love.
Yeah.
It's just the way she's coming about this is so complicated.
In my experience, and I've only known maybe 2 or 3 couples who've had an open
Mhm,
marriage. In my personal experience, and this is anecdotal, I think it works better if you come into the relationship wanting to
mhm.
practice. I think that a lot of people I've seen do it have done it to try to save their marriage,
Right, you
and it
can't do it
never
to save your
does.
marriage.
It never does.
Don't open your marriage, don't have a baby, don't buy a 6-acre falling down dilapidated farm.
Mhm.
Just as an
Mhm.
example of a piece of property maybe don't buy.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you wanna fix your marriage, you get into therapy and talk it out.
Yeah, and fix your
Yeah.
marriage. If you then decide you wanna open your marriage, that's fine, but
Mhm.
don't do it to save your marriage.
So now we scoot over to Brandon and Julia. They're meeting with James, and they're gonna call him Ron and Betty. It was good to see Ron and Betty.
It was good to see Ron and Betty. I enjoy Ron and Betty. I think they're
I
terrible
do too.
people,
I
but
do
I
too.
enjoy
I
them.
I enjoy them on my screen.
I do.
Yeah. Brandon misses his family and cannot wait to see them.
It's been
Okay.
it's been like 2 weeks, dude. Calm down. Julia
You
hasn't seen her
live with
family in
them.
years.
You live with them. Take this as a vacation.
Right, right.
So he calls them friends and he's like, I love you guys. And they're like, we love you too, Brandon.
They
It's
are
too
acting like
much.
he has
It's too
been living
much.
they are acting like he's been living in Antarctica at, like, one of those weird scientific stations that you don't get to leave for 7
He was
years.
in True Detective season 4.
He might have been up there with Jodie Foster. I don't know where he's been,
Mm-hmm.
but they
Mm-hmm.
are acting like they have not seen him since he is a young man coming back from the Civil War. Like, dude, calm down.
Does he have scurvy?
My he might. My parents love me, and I don't think I've ever seen them that excited to see me.
No, no. My dad, I touch base with him once a week. In the
Mhm.
winter, I don't even see him.
Right.
Yeah. And he only calls me to ask me tech questions.
I understand.
The banner page for his Facebook group
Mm.
got mixed up the other day. He thinks
Oh.
AI did something to it.
Oh,
So he
oh.
needed me to change it, and that was a whole thing.
I would like to encourage you to, use the tactic I used with my father, which is, have you tried Googling that?
My dad will get into more trouble
Or
with
what I would
Googling.
do is I would Google it and then send him the search results of just the Google
Mm.
search. He eventually
I
figured it out.
I had my dad make me an administrator on this group so that
Ah,
I
so you
could
can
just
fix
handle
shit.
things. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If my parents were having a Facebook group like that, I'd be like, just make me the admin.
And he
Actually, just make me the admin. You can't touch anything.
he
Make me the
doesn't
boss.
he doesn't understand how to market himself. So he's a painter, he's an
Right.
artist,
Mhm.
and i- instead of creating a Facebook page where everybody could see his art and buy
Mhm.
from whatever, he created a group
Oh,
called The
no.
Art of, and then it's his name.
Right.
And he has like 150 people in there, the
Okay.
same 150 people. I'm like, how much art do you think you're going to sell this same pool of people?
Yeah, I feel like we need to grow our audience, dude.
He doesn't know Instagram. He doesn't it's I can't
Okay.
I can't go there.
Okay,
He's
not ours
Jenny's
to solve today.
responsibility, not mine.
Yes. Right. Your mother
Mhm.
is your responsibility, your dad
Yes.
is Jenny's
Yes.
responsibility. Yes.
So
See, this is why
s
having a sibling is helpful. You can
I
divide
agree.
and conquer.
I agree. So the parents, Ron and Betty, like they seem to be really nice with Julia. They're saying nice things to her
Mhm.
and stuff. And she's like, "You are not my parents. You never treats me like my parents." Like she just goes off on them. It
I
was a
really
little uncalled for.
Well, I'm starting to wonder, how are Betty and Ron to Julia behind
Mm.
the scenes? Because
Mm.
Brandon is their very precious, sweet little boy who has never
Okay.
done a bad thing in his life.
I don't think they're terrible, and here's why. At the end, and we'll get there, when they feel like this is falling apart, they're upset.
They are.
They like Julia.
I'm not saying they don't like her.
Here's what I think is going on.
Okay.
Maybe there's a little bit of that.
Mhm.
But I also think Julia is in so much pain of missing her family
Yeah.
that it's just oozing out all over the place.
And
And
yes.
here it comes.
And she's living in Dimwitty,
Mhm.
Virginia. I think she feels very isolated.
She has a lot of resentment because Brandon
Mhm.
has his family and she doesn't have hers.
Right.
And that's
Right.
not their fault,
No, but
but
it's a
they're a
pain point
target.
for her.
Mhm.
I really feel like Julia would do a lot better living in a city than in the
Yes.
country.
Yes.
And I
But
feel
then
like
God forbid, Amanda, she might put on something sexy and walk down the street.
right, and then, God
Mhm.
knows what'll happen then.
Mhm.
I think she would do really well if she could find other, Russian expats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would help her. I think it would help her to have people who feel familiar. She can speak her language. She can eat the food she's used
Look
to.
how at ease she eventually got with Natalie.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? Like, they
mhm.
speak in Russian to each other, they're
Right.
comfortable with each other. I mean, at first, it started off bumpy with, "Are you pregnant?"
Are you pregnant?
But
But Natalie gets
but they
body
got there.
shamed.
They
But
got there.
Natalie's the
Mhm,
victim of body
mhm.
shaming, not anybody else.
So, Betty's kinda like, "Ooh, okay." And Julia says, "I need support and someone on my side because he always tells them what I do and they are always on his side." Now Julia says, "I have a secret and I wasn't gonna tell anybody, but here we go."
I thought she was gonna say she was pregnant.
I did too.
Yeah.
Julia reveals that she has applied for visa documents for her parents. I call bullshit on this whole storyline.
Oh, why?
I think Brandon knows she did this.
Oh,
I think Betty and Ron know she did this.
mm,
This is all bullshit. This is all
okay.
bullshit because I'm not saying Julia can't navigate the immigration system, but it's difficult. And I think it takes a couple minds to team up with that. And I think
Maybe.
they got a lawyer to get her parents over.
But we don't know if this is a move here visa or is this just to come visit them visa?
I don't know, but it's going to be on HEA probably. And I'm
Probably.
here for it.
Yeah, I'm here
Yeah.
for it too. I wanna get Julia's parents and Betty and Ron in a room together and see
Well,
what
don't
happens.
forget, Brandon told us these parents are always screaming at each
They
other
hate
and
each other
fighting.
and they
So
don't
I'm
talk.
here for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole thing will be great.
Mhm. So Brandon claims to be really upset that she didn't tell him this. And he also says her parents fight a lot, not a good idea. Now Brandon runs off. But before he does, he goes, "And by the way, she cheated on me." Bink, runs out of the room.
Oh my God.
Okay, Ron and Betty are screaming, "What? What? Come back, Brandon. Brandon, you can't solve this running away."
Them just screaming at him as he's 4 rooms away to come back
Mhm.
is peak 90-day tomfoolery, and I'm loving it because they can't do anything.
But here's my point. If Ron and Betty did not want these two together, they could this could be a good place to start putting that wedge.
Oh, sure.
But instead, they're like, "Come back. You two love each other. Don't give up on this." Like I feel like they like her.
I don't think they don't like her. I don't think they don't want them to be together. I just think in any conflict Julia and Brandon ever have, it is always our poor little baby boy
Yeah.
against the mean girl.
Yeah, of course.
So I could see being Julia and being like, for fucking once, can somebody be on my goddamn side?
I agree with that, but I also think a lot of this is frauded.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what I was thinking about this morning in my like half asleep stupor? I woke up way too early this morning.
Who?
I was thinking about that old podcast that used to exist, Frauded by TLC.
I think they're still out there.
I think she put podcasts occasionally,
Mhm. I
but
was
yeah,
thinking
I
about
don't know
that too.
why she
She was
popped
a
into my.
thing.
She was, and she was one of the OGs for a
Yes.
while. It was
Yes.
just her and Kim and Kyle.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. How about Shibuti, like, calling out Kim and Kyle?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he, like, put he's gloating, of course,
Sure that he was right
because
about
yeah.
Jasmine.
And he put in his comments, like, that he wants an apology from everybody, including 90 Day Cray Cray or whatever.
Oh, well, Shibuti, you may get it, you may not. I'm gonna say you get a lot of free advertising from Kim and Kyle,
Yeah.
so you might not wanna be,
I'm gonna say leave Kim and Kyle alone, fuck off.
I'm gonna say you might not
Mhm.
wanna be peeing in that, cereal over there because you get a lot of
Just
name
leave
drops
them
from them.
alone.
Just leave 'em
Everybody's
alone.
allowed to have an opinion. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yes.
So, all right. Now we have Ari leaving the resort without saying goodbye to anyone.
I know.
Eh. I understand she's probably just really upset.
I think she's really upset. I think she's really tired. I think she feels like everyone's been against her. I don't think that's what it's been.
Mm,
I think Ari's probably pretty used to people totally, like, turning themselves in knots to keep her happy,
yeah.
and these people didn't do it.
Yeah.
Janice's, like, whole reason for being is just to kinda keep Ari upright and moving
Mm.
forward,
And
whatever that takes.
her dad, the guy from The Princess Bride, he just stayed there and worked to feed her money.
To feed her money and then died. So he's
Yes.
gone. Now we've got Janice shepherding her around the world,
Yeah.
shepherding, Bini around the world. Because
Mhm.
remember, I still would have liked a buddy movie of Bini and Janice. That would have been great. But
Yes.
I think Ari is used to people just being around her and just paying attention and flitting around her and keeping her on the right. And these
Yeah.
people don't give a fuck about her.
And I think Ari also is somebody who she's not into all this drama.
No,
And she came to Last Resort, I believe, really to get therapy
I think so too. And
and
no one
is
else
real
really
pissed
did.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one else really
So
did.
Benny comes over and says goodbye to the group. And this really rattles a few of our group members
Well,
because Stacy's like, this could have been us. Hope this doesn't happen to us, Flo.
mm-hmm.
And Florian's over there like, Stacy, wait a minute. So Jasmine hopes that Ari doesn't. Jasmine says, I hope Ari didn't leave without saying goodbye because she thinks we didn't like her because that's not true.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Jasmine is a girl's girl. But remember season 1 when Asuelu and Kalani finally were like, DOA, we're done. Everyone else was like,
Mhm.
"Ugh, fuck, we could all leave here not together."
Well, I have a theory, and I'll posit my theory in next time on.
Okay.
So Stacy says they will be connected for life. Oh no, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead a little bit. Benny says these people were like family, and Florian and Gino have a confessional here. And Florian goes, I'm shocked, to be honest. I thought the sun would bring them together, to be honest. Like, I thought that and Gino's like, yeah, I thought they would last forever. Okay.
Okay. No, not neither of you thought that, but okay.
Stacy says they will all be connected for life, or they will be connected for life because they have a child.
Mhm.
And Rob says, yeah, they had a kid. Like, I thought they'd make it.
Okay, Rob.
And Jasmine tells the camera, I do not want to get divorced, and it could be us next.
Mhm.
Next time on.
Okay.
Josh is trying to woo Natalie again. I think Josh is afraid they're going to get kicked off the island.
That's
Now,
just
would
possible.
this show be better if every episode they voted somebody off?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's make it like a Survivor therapy island. Yes.
Maybe not every episode, but like every
But every episode there's a risk of somebody getting voted off.
Yes, and like every 3 episodes somebody has to leave.
No, I don't think we make it that predictable. I think every episode there is a risk. So everyone has to play the game the whole time. Cuz then people could just phone it in till the final, till the
That's
kickoff
true.
episode.
That's true. And then
Yeah.
they have to who votes though? I think the contestants vote,
And the therapist vote.
but I also think the therapists vote.
Mhm.
And if you're
Mhm.
not doing the work,
Mm-mm.
you get sent home because Josh is suddenly putting it on again.
Oh,
Josh
sure.
is like, "Oh, Natalie's the most beautiful girl." Okay. Jasmine tries to discuss ethical non-monogamy with Gino, and he's like, "Go live your life, cheater." Okay.
No,
Okay.
ethical non-monogamy is not cheating. That's the whole point.
Now I gotta act out this next part.
Okay. Okay.
So Stacy's like, "Yeah, I heard you were in a club with Darcy and Georgie, and there were some hot blonde chicks, and I think you left with them. Are you cheating on me?" And Florian's like, "No, Stace, 1 second, Stace, 1 second, Stace. Like what are you talking about? Fuck it, what are you talking about?"
To be honest.
That's how we leave them. To be honest.
To be honest.
Yeah. That's how we leave them. So that's it.
That's it. See, stuff happened. Ari and Bini are done, but they still seem to have some sort of relationship because she's taking credit for him being in the Super Bowl.
I will always be here for Florian.
I know you will.
It's, you know what it is? My little heart feels like we haven't had a good episode because there wasn't a lot of Florian.
That's the problem.
Next week looks better because he's going to be Stace. Just wait a minute, Stace. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You are absolutely correct. The quality of the episode is directly proportional to the amount of Florian we have. This was low Florian. So this was low.
This was low flow.
This was low flow. However, shit did happen.
I love how I'm like, nothing happened and one of the couples got a divorce.
The other one talks to a therapist about ethical non-monogamy. Someone gets a divorce. People leave Therapy Island. And we hear that Darcy got vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
That's true. Oh, I forgot about that. That's true. Yes.
What's involved in vaginal rejuvenation surgery?
I don't know. Didn't you threaten to go in there and take out your vagina one day?
I think I did. I think I threatened to rip mine out for some reason. I don't remember why. And I don't really
like it's like a fuse that you have to change.
Yes.
You're ripping it out. I don't know, and I'm afraid to Google what's involved in it because am I going to get images?
I'm going in. Let's see what happens here. Okay, vaginal rejuvenation surgery. Okay, let's see. Vaginal rejuvenation surgery, also known as vaginoplasty, is a cosmetic procedure that aims to tighten and restore the vaginal muscles. Procedure. Oh boy. The specific procedure depends on the individual patient's needs and preferences. We have a labiaplasty, the removal of excess tissue from the labia, inner or outer. Vaginoplasty, tightening of the vaginal muscles and tissue. Clitoral hood reduction.
No.
Removal of excess tissue from the clitoris, or monosplasty, removal of excess fat from the mons pubis area above the vulva. Not gonna lie, I could probably use that one, but
none of this.
I'm not doing any of this. I could see some benefits to some of this for my region, but I'm not doing any of it.
None of this.
It took me weeks to decide to do the very, major plastic surgery of have this tiny little mole go doink. And I'm actually having I actually talked with Priscilla about I feel conflicted because I'm not a fan of plastic surgery and I did this. So I'm definitely not.
What our therapists deal with on a daily basis. Oh my God.
I have to tell you this though. So Priscilla was telling me she was flying home from Austin where her son and wife and grandkid live. And it was a really turbulent flight. It was Monday right after the Super Bowl when it was so super, or last Monday when it was so super windy. And she said the flight, as they were landing, was real nerve-wracking. Anyway, there was this couple across the thing and the guy's white knuckling the chair in front of him and he's so freaking out. And his wife's like, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Priscilla said she was 2 seconds from leaning over and going, I'm a therapist. Now's not the time for this. Just not right now.
So Jenny and I were talking about this because we were talking about the Toronto airplane situation.
Yes.
And how it was upside down.
Yes.
And Jenny's like, I would have been losing my mind. And I said, this is where I've always wanted to carry a little cyanide pill with me. Oh, so that if the plane starts to go down, I just pop that baby in. I'm like, but my luck, I would pop it in
and then choke or something. Oh, yeah, you would have killed yourself.
Yeah,
for nothing.
Yeah. But
my fear is it wouldn't work fast enough.
Oh, okay. You know how they say it's gonna get dark, guys. You might want to skip this.
Where are we going?
They say when you fall from a great height that you usually die of a heart attack before.
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay,
ground.
Sure.
I just don't trust it. Who's saying that? Is it really going to happen?
Who are they?
I need a guarantee.
Who are they? Who are they say? Are they legitimate people? Are they people on the internet? I don't know. Are they legitimate people on the internet? I don't know.
All right, guys. This has been your 90-day last resort.
Yes, and vaginoplasty corner.
So if you are interested in what's coming up this week, let me tell you. Shall I?
Yes, please tell us.
So we have Yellow Jackets, episode 3 dropping tomorrow. We have Mad Men, season 1, episodes 10 and 11 dropping on Thursday. And then Your Love is Blind drop is going to come on Friday. And Real Talk. And then Scamanda is happening on the weekend.
And we don't know if we need to do maths yet.
Yeah, we're not sure.
We're not sure. We have to watch it first to determine.
Yeah, and if there's 25 minutes worth of talking about it, we'll do it.
We'll do it. Yep.
Yeah.
I suspect there will be.
I suspect so too. Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Tuesday I'm going to today when you're hearing this, I'll be
Yes.
going to look at a college with my daughter.
I know, and I'm so sad I won't be able to go see you guys.
I know. I'm kind of excited about it.
It's gonna be
So,
fun.
we'll see.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.